Okay. All right. did not do great on that. Okay. Boss, 1 lap, 5 opponents. Okay. Forward is not reverse. Got it. Start by going right. Left. That one I absolutely crushed. That was awesome. $284. I thought it was less than that. Okay. Guess not. Neo Shibuya. Barf. Stability and top speed down thrust durability. No. No, do not want. Okay. Laps by opponents. Newman's Outpost. bit of lag, but it's not bad. Alright, I'm gonna try something here. Try going this way this time. Let's see what that does for us. Oh, I immediately regret it. Still getting lag. So we're going to take that further. We're going to go all the way up. See if that helps.
It seems like a consistent thing for me, oddly.
How so? Also, I'm sorry, we'll address you in a moment. Supersonic. So are you talking about on the end of the stream, or like if you're playing the game?
Checking to see if you are on. You aren't. Then to see I'm late by just shy of how long I last checked.
Sorry.
Not in today's case, but you started 25 minutes ago, I might check 30 minutes ago and that's why I'm late, that kind of thing.
That's understandable. I'm more so talking about the, like, speed up and slow down of the game.
Mech's Force was cool. I left a comment on that stream.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now it seems like the performance is improving. Alright, got a little choppy there, but that's okay.
So I bought, a new game today.
Oh yeah? Let's try that. I almost wonder...
When I was gifted my Nintendo Switch, January 3rd, 2021, I didn't know that gold points expire after 12 months. I didn't learn of this until about September of 2022. Now that I've been keeping track, I've been keeping a note for this.
Okay, okay. I think part of the problem I'm running into is not my GPU, but my gaming hard drive. It may be that it's trying to load in segments of the track as I approach them. I'm literally
927 gold points not too long ago was 1,626 before a free $7 game. Hi. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers.
Oh my god, fuck
views,
you.
Chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor, the quality is guaranteed to be the best.
You're blocked. You're blocked. Okay. That sucks. That sucks.
That could be a autobahn the message from being sent, and with a bot, it could blacklist keywords.
I want to be able to have these fuckers come in so I can actually report them, not just block them or ban them.
My chat doesn't see these because I set BTTV to hide keywords from any message. This includes some miscellaneous words IDC for like the emote kaku.
I mean, I'm glad that you don't have to deal with it. But no, for me, it's not just keeping them out of my channel. It's reporting them to help fight this bullshit in general. I was looking at the timer and I was going, it's going to run out before I die. It's going to run out.
927 to 499 equals 428 gold points after getting unrailed.
What do you mean? Just got a new thing. Let's see how that measures up. I like the better strafe, but I don't know if I want to sacrifice the durability for it, so we'll just stay where we are.
Missed what you said. My internet lagged for a moment.
Oh, I was just saying I don't know what you meant by that last chat message.
Unrailed is a game where you gold points I've been saving up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, mixed message.
It's okay. Let's try that again.
Unrailed is a game where you are using the materials provided to keep a train on the rails you make, following your own path. What's up, big Denerid savior?
Hey 37, how's it going?
Going good. Gazebo is going up tomorrow.
Oh, nice. That's cool to hear.
How have you been?
Not too bad. I hung out with my brother last night. He'd been wanting to kind of like go out, party it up since since my appendectomy, and I was like, you know, hey buddy, like you gotta wait until I'm healed up a bit. And then stuff kept coming up, so yeah, last night we finally got to go out and kick it a bit, and that was nice. God.
That's awesome. I haven't hung out with my friends in like 4 weeks.
Well, that's not bad compared to how often I have, or how infrequently I get to do that. I'm gonna try something different. A little bit different.
You are given the following mostly: axe, 4 trees for wood, pickaxe, 4 stone for iron, bucket, 4 natural water for cooling train from possible fire.
Okay, now was that jump worth it? Well,
might be something
not if
else
I do
too,
that.
I forgot. More players help a lot. No durability issues, but only one of each tool. RESP ons every checkpoint.
Okay, but if there's no durability, then why does it matter if they respawn? I am just gonna keep going to get a little bit more about the track in my brain. Because of shit like that. Probably gonna die here in a moment because I'm gonna be too far behind, and 5th place is gonna cross the finish line, or sorry, 4th is gonna cross the finish line and axe me out.
When you start the game, you are given a very limited track. In order to proceed, you have to build more track. Rather simple, 1 wood and 1 iron equals 1 track. Each train car does different things.
Okay. Oh my god. No, I'm not going to keep going if I miss that first jump. If it's
Other than the engine, these can be swapped freely. Engine, water tank, prevents overheat, changes color and water cools this down. Storage car, place wood and stone, with materials in storage, the next car makes more track. When the highwayman comes out of the trees,
there is a breeze. I don't know if that's has like some other or has some kind of meaning. I don't know what you mean.
Ha ha ha. Not I think in Unrailed, there is a man that tries to get at you. There are miscellaneous animals and hazards along the way, but those vary based on area, which I'll get to.
Oh fuck, okay, well, we're going this way, I guess. Oh shit.
The goal is to keep making track and see how far your train can travel.
Oh my god! I was literally holding brake the whole time. I just had too much momentum. We're almost at the top of the hour, so I'm going to give this just like a little bit long, or one more try. And then it's break time.
The difficulty to this is that you cannot stop your train from moving. This means, even if the train is really slow, it still needs a constant track to be built so it doesn't crash. Furthermore, with each checkpoint, optional setting, the train will increase slightly in speed.
Alright, I'm going to take my break here. Okay, so any resources you need, you kind of just like need to go and pick up as it slowly coasts along then. BRB.
With the mix of a constantly moving train and a forced slow auto scroll, you have to keep up with the area of play. Though there isn't a health bar, you can't let your train catch fire for too long, you can get trapped or taken out by enemies. You can respawn, but it takes time, which costs for keeping up with track. Track asterisk. Hence RESP awning tools, but they also act as a weapon. In every section, you can get a bolt for completing a bonus challenge, one for finding it, sometimes hard to reach, and I think one for beating that section.
Okay. It's constantly moving train, force a lot of scroll.
When you complete the track to the checkpoint, the section ends and you can move on. However, there is good strategy to building all but one spot to make more track to prepare for the next section, though you still only have as much time as the train's speed. There is a day/night cycle, though this is moreover just a hazard to your visibility from time to time.
Okay. Also, I hope the fan on my video card isn't too loud. If the whirring, if you're hearing it in the background and it's getting annoying, then let me know.
The next section leaves off where you left off, so you aren't missing anything or starting over, even if you are holding something, except bucket empty.
Oh my god!
More players help a lot, but can also get in each other's way with collision.
Okay.
Coins are used to buy upgrades from time to time.
Oh my god!
either a new car that provides either more resource production, or certain status effects, like a ghost car you can walk through. Other status effects can be implemented to a car as well, such as only this car can hold +2 materials at a time for a stack, or a 33% production rate, etc. If you need to build a bridge, it just takes 1 wood, or 1 stone if over lava.
Dang it. Dang it. Stop focusing. Rise further down track, Alex. It's okay.
The last upgrade option will improve your engine, allowing for an additional car to hold, max 4 but up to 8, which can be a bad thing.
Ooh, that's close. Really?
The engine can also slow the train a bit, but it also counts you as progressing in the game, so it makes things harder in a new biome. Biome asterisk.
Okay.
first area is like a simple forest and meadow area. This allows for ample materials and rainfall at times to help cool your train.
All right. a boss race with 2 laps. Okay. Okay. This is going to be nutto. This is the first time we're doing a boss race with more than 1 lap. Alright. And yeah, that makes sense.
Second area is a bit harder with a desert biome. This area can have bandits that can take your resources, but they can't harm you. In addition, resources may be slightly less abundant, but not by much.
It doesn't make it more likely that your engine overheats?
Possible, but not really.
Okay. Oh shit, I'm in second? Or, I mean, I'm in third now. I was in second. I thought I was in first. Where did that other... I guess they both must have zipped past me at the same time.
Third area is the snow area. This is where things start getting annoying and tricky. Still plenty of resources, but there may be an enemy or two that you have to take out. They can't harm you, but it can mess with things if you keep them around. In addition, not only is there ice physics, not to the train, but walking in snow makes things very limiting on your speed. The water bucket is handy for cleaning the snow, but even if snow falls on the tracks, the train isn't affected.
Hope I did that at the right time. That's lap 1. Gonna hurt a little bit.
Fourth area is a fire-based area. Instead of bodies of water, they are now lava. In order to cross some sections, you have to place stone in them for a bridge instead of wood. In addition, your train can overheat faster, but without a water supply, you have to resort to geysers to refill your water bucket. This may limit your trees as well.
Might have been the wrong time. Well, I slid that through, so that was okay. Oh, we're right at the, okay. Here we go. Damn! That was intense! That was a good race! Shit.
Each biome changes with every engine upgrade.
Okay.
Each costing 4 bolts.
Time attack 1 lap. Casaro Nile.
Upgrades costs vary between 1 to 3.
So most are 1 to 3, but the engine is 4?
Fifth area I have not seen, but based on what I've heard today, that R is a space theme. Sixth area I don't know at all. Seventh R is an underwater theme. Area.
Oh my god. All that and then just crash right at the last second. That sucks. Okay, let's try this again.
Each biome or section between checkpoints is a limited length, so you can stockpile for future sections, but you can't build extra track until the next biome appears. You can place in a pile, but can't link them past 3 or so tiles.
Wow, that sucked. Okay. Let's give this another shot.
You can only get that section of resources, and that's also based on auto scroll, but you are still at the speed of the train.
Well, I got second.
Once the train gets to the end, you have to end the stage. You could increase the path it has to take to reach the end to buy more time, but that will cost more time and track, so it's not as viable of an option.
Okay. Oh, black hole, Cassini. All right, I'm not too bad with Cassini. Yeah, I get what you're saying about, like, trying to stall it doesn't necessarily help. It said good landing, but that was awful. Probably, I guess I should have gone for the super boost there. Oh my god, why do I keep hitting the walls?
Other perks can be very handy, like the train picking things up near it, but that's only so fast, and a certain train car that makes the train stop, but not for long if something in the way. Forgot how that fully works.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. One more lap after this. We should be able to pull ahead by a fair amount.
This is definitely a multiplayer game because alone with all these tasks to do.
Yeah, I can understand how that would be kind of grueling.
And even with 4 players it slowly gets faster, doesn't seem like much, but as you go you start to notice. With only one axe and one pickaxe it gets hard when you try to compete for tools, but also having to make a path for the track sometimes with taking down trees and stones, not to include bridges as needed and darker stone which you can't mine and must go around.
Oh, man. So if you have one of each tool, then it isn't... You literally, each player has one of that tool, or there's only one of those to go around then, yes.
No one to go around. Just one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not like it isn't that everybody each has their own. Like there's only
one axe for people.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Okay, more thrust and durability, less stability and top speed.
You can stack things really high, 30 in a stack or more, I don't know, but you can only carry 3 at a time.
Okay. Is that 3 of an item or 3 total?
Three of an item.
Okay.
Three wood fine, but 1 wood and 2 stone can't.
Oh! Well, that sucks. So that's 3 total, yeah. Oh, so 3, but only of 1 item. That's even worse.
Carry as follows: 3 stone, 3 wood, 3 tracks or 1 tool. If you are holding 3 wood and put in the storage car and get 3 stone for storage car, the next car will get to work making 3 tracks, 1 at a time. Limit of tracks before you have to take off that car for it to make more.
I'm gonna see if I can try something.
If you have to make a bridge, all it takes is taking a wood or a stone over a bosey of water/fire. You can hold 3.
What's a bosey?
It shows where it would place in advance, and the same goes for the train body.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's cool. That's exactly what I thought it was. Okay.
Even if you stack high, you can only take off 3 at a time.
Where would it go? Like, seriously, where would it go? It's not going to take a ton of time, but I still want to, like, it's not there. No, no, no. Okay, I guess we're just gonna...
In the fire area there can be an enemy swimming in the lava you have to address. It will hop out and head for the train. Once it hits your train it will set it on fire, but that's when your bucket of water is needed.
So I'm going to try something else. This is going to take a few minutes. I wish I knew where this was going. I could figure that out later. I'm installing Redout to my solid state drive instead of my regular game drive. Because if the lag is due to loading issues, then the solid state drive should counter that. It's going to be about 5 minutes.
I don't know if the enemy can be taken out in advance, but if not, just having the bucket ready with water is enough.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna take my break here. I know it's a little early, but since I'm waiting for this thing to download anyway, I don't really care. Because we would just be sitting here waiting. And it says it should only take about 4 minutes. So we're gonna wait for this. Yeah, I'm gonna take my break, and then we'll continue on. Sorry for this little setback. I'm still trying to troubleshoot whatever the fuck is going on here, and some of these races I just cannot do when it starts bogging down.
Animals don't do anything nor provide anything, but they are more of a simple obstacle.
Okay, that's a little whatever. BRB.
You can take them out but still, hit boxes.
Okay, I'm back. All right. Yes, allow. It's definitely loading faster. Okay. Reverse 4 laps, 5 opponents. I'm lazy, so we'll skip the qualifications. All right, let's try high. A little bit of jank there, but that was only
Though
a
Unrailed
moment.
is much better suited for more players, the game doesn't scale in difficulty for having more players, though I would say having collision, one of each tool, it can be more challenging.
It's kind of like its own auto-balancing sort of thing with its the way it does difficulty in that sense. How much I've fallen behind, I don't think this is gonna be really recoverable. Well, thus far, this seems to be significantly better. I'm still noticing the frame rate go down here and there. Try one thing. This is only the second time in the game I've used this stupid reverse function, but the lag there tossing me off the thing. Do not approve. Turning off VSync hasn't really helped that much. So I'm going to turn that back on in a moment here. I'm probably going to fly off that turn with no railing and crash. Let's turn that to medium.
Though the train only moves about 0.168 meters per second, this might be that bad, but you definitely notice this even after 0.3 meters per second, if not even a bit slower.
Fuck.
So a friend of mine and I at work got to talking today.
Okay. What?
Buying digital games vs buying physical games. Though buying a game digitally can be more convenient and simple, he was saying that physical copies are much better in nearly any ways except convenience.
Okay. Unless I get very lucky, I'm not pulling this off. Third place in the final lap.
buying a physical copy, you tangibly own the game and have a chance for the game to be on a better sale from the store at times at their discretion. Though buying on digital, if you don't have the game downloaded, you can lose access to the game if the eShop, or equivalents, shuts does, like the Wii U and the 3DS. DLC doesn't count in this though, I don't think.
Well, in this case...
Down asterisk.
In this case, I would say... For consoles, I agree. But for things like Steam, you've actually had games that have been delisted. And even though they're delisted, you can still download them and play them. If you already bought them. Because they don't actually remove it from Steam. Because that's like part of their contract. So, to me, the big difference would be whether you're talking like digital on PC versus console. On console, I 100% agree.
Even if online games.
You may not be able to play the online game, but you can still download it. For example, the game Hawken, which is a game I really, really liked. The publishers decided they didn't want to keep...
Okay, makes sense.
They didn't want to keep servers active for PC anymore. So you can only play Hawken on PlayStation now. At least last I checked. But if you connect to Steam, you can still download the game for Hawken, you know, the client. And you have people that are working on third-party servers, so you can still play the game eventually, even though the official servers are fucked. It may take some jiggery-pokery to pull it off, but the point is you can do it. Fucking assholes.
I don't know how that all works, but they did that for Mario 35.
Exactly, that's the same concept. Except if Nintendo were to delist Mario 35 to where you can't, you know, download it, then you'd be out of luck. Whereas Steam, even if the game itself is defunct, you can still go and download the client. And that's been one of the big issues with a lot of games, even if they're single player, with, like you said, like the eShop for the Wii U. No, the eShop's down, so it's fucked. Like, it's gone. You can't ever download it again. That won't happen with Steam. Plus, with the sales that you get from Steam, there was one year I waited until the Christmas sale hit, and I got, like... I spent $200 in one go. But I got, I don't know, almost $1,000 worth of games. So as far as, like, you know, saying you save money with, like, sales or buying, you know, used or something like that, it's kind of true, but not in the same way it is with Steam sales.
What about the third-party Steam things?
What do you
Humble bundle kind of things. IDC for those.
It doesn't matter if you've got it through Steam, whether you bought it there or you got it through a release code like Humble Bundle. It's still the same. You still get, it's in your library, you can go and download it whenever you want.
Met for a time, but even then it wasn't many games that caught my attention at the time.
Well, I mean, that's personal preference, though. You can't say, oh, I didn't like the games that were in a Humble Bundle. That's your taste. It doesn't change the fact that they can still be a really good value.
Still, how is Humble Bundle or others able to sell Steam game codes without Steam's consent?
They have Steam's consent.
Assuming asterisk.
It's like publishers can literally give out game codes as part of, you know, being the publisher of the game. So that's part of the deal with Steam. If I release a game on Steam, it's my game. And if I decide I want to give out a free copy of the game every Thursday, then I have that right. The publisher of the game can go and literally hand out free codes whenever they want. And usually what happens with Humble Bundle is the publishers make a deal with them for charity to essentially give out free game codes, and then whatever profits come from like giving away those codes go to, you know, the charity it's associated with or a different one that you choose. So it's not like they're pirated. It's literally the devs are saying, yes, I'm going to give up X number of sales of the game to help out whatever cause.
So some companies can opt in or out of giving codes at their discretion.
Yes. Not even companies, just small publishers, individual devs can do that.
Like WYM with giving codes.
I'm gonna need to read that in a moment. Bear with me. We're on the last lap here. I probably shouldn't have used that yet. Yeah, I shouldn't have used that yet. Oh well.
The convenience of buying a digital game, you then have the game right after downloading. But a physical game, you have to go to the store when it comes out, buy it there, take home, swap out the game card each game you play.
Oh, what I mean with giving codes. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, with a console, that makes sense. But with PC, that doesn't even apply. But the same thing with Nintendo has made statements again and again. Oh, we're not going to take our stuff off the market. We're not going to, anything you buy on the Switch digital store, you're going to get to keep. We're not going to take it down ever again. You know what? With the number of things they've taken down, I don't trust them. Not yet. They don't. They have not held up to their word. So I can't justify digital downloads on consoles. PCs, sure, especially with Steam. Now there are other companies that have said, when you buy a game, you don't really own it.
But they did that to take down Wii U, 3DS.
Exactly, and that's my point. That's what I'm saying with consoles. I don't trust it. Every game that I get for my Switch, I get a physical copy. If I can. Because I'm not going to pay money...
Switch 2 eventually for Switch 1.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm going to get a physical copy, if I can, for every game on my Switch, because I don't want to risk them changing their mind and removing their digital store and making it to where I can't download a game again. Nintendo might make some good games, but their record of trust as far as reliability of online stores is garbage. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay. That might be better for this track.
When I was gifted my Switch, I have a physical copy of SMM2, but all the other games I played and bought have been digital.
Let's see here. There are only, I think 2 games that I've actually bought that were digital, because I was told they were going to be digital only, but I ended up getting...
About 25 to 30.
I ended up finding a physical copy of Cadence of Hyrule, so I have a physical copy of that. And,
all my Switch games physical too.
Yeah. Steam, I'll trust Steam. I'll buy digital games out the wazoo with Steam. That's fine. I have over 1,000 games on Steam, and 2 of them are physical. That's okay. But on Switch, only physical, if I can help it. When Cadence of Hyrule came out, they said it's only going to be digital. But then they ended up, there was a physical release. So I bought the physical cartridge, because I don't want to lose it if they decide to fuck things. And the other one was Wild Arms, I think. Because that was only, as far as I know, it's only, actually no, I think there may have been a physical release, but I don't really care, because if I ever lose it on the Switch, Wild Arms, the remaster, is on Steam, so I'll just buy it there.
A physical copy is a game duplicator.
I don't quite know what you mean by that, but...
Burn the game.
Oh, well, I mean, you can copy the Steam files and mod them to just play it. If you, or like a friend of mine, he was all over copying the files from your Steam directory and installing some little bit of, or removing, doing something to skip the code that checks whether or not Steam is active or what user account. You could still go and just, play it that way. But for now, I'm happy. I'm happy with Steam. They've proven they're reliable. They've proven they're like a stand-up company.
Oh yeah, I know. I've torrented a few games that had a check thing.
Like,
But yes, I trust Steam a lot.
And not just that, they're constantly coming up with ways to try and improve the experience for their users. You know, the fact that they're constantly working behind the scenes to add little features, whether it be, you know, built-in voice chat or you know, remote couch play or stuff like that. That shit's really awesome.
It is the final frontier for the real G***MERS. Are Steam codes often 16 digits?
I don't know what they I don't know what the ooh, that was close. Okay. I don't know what Steam codes how they shape up. I know they're usually quite long.
The codes devs give out.
Well, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what the average length is. I just know if I buy a game through some place that has a code, I copy and paste it, and that's that. I have never bothered to check what the average length is. I feel a little bad that it was, you know, I took that break so soon because I don't think... I mean, things are running a lot smoother. I'm kind of striking the balance between, like, processing power. Like, still, my video card isn't sweating, though, so I think it still has to do with a load issue. I think the solid state will be able to handle that, especially considering, like, how well the, like, standard platter style hard drive did for so long. But I don't know.
Looking at a code RN now Titan Quest, it's 15.
Also, Titan Quest is good. That should be, if that is what I'm thinking of. That was a very interesting game. And that should be on my archive. I enjoyed it. Is that the one where you have, like, an arrow that... Like, you only have one arrow, but you can either pick it up or, like, call it back to you?
Nah.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It's an R page. Action RPG.
I mean, so is that.
Oh, and a haha. Well, yeah, there's like a lot of classes and it's all about ancient mythology and stuff. It's tight.
Oh, well then that's...
Couple DLCS.
Okay, then no, that's not it. It's almost 1 in the morning. Fuck. Alright. I'm going to end stream. I'm going to step away for a moment. I'm going to do about an hour after that of speedrunners, assuming that who wants to cooperate. We'll see. And then we'll go from there. Or I guess I'll start it up. We'll go from there. I'm going to shoot for about an hour. I can't guarantee I'll be up that long because I was up way late last night. But I don't want to call it night quite yet. But I can't really handle Redout2 right now. I'm still frustrated over these like random. It doesn't seem like it's slowing down by that much. It's like it's definitely better than it was. But still, just having that little bit of jitter when you're trying to like turn a corner with those.
Up late? I didn't see you on.
No, I wasn't streaming. I was out with my brother. He after my appendectomy, he was like, "Man, since you almost died, we got to go and hang out." And I'm like, one, I didn't almost die. I'm okay. And two, like, let's wait until my guts recover. And I got better, but then like I had to go do something, and then it was the holiday weekend, so we went out to the bar last night. And it was a fun time. Talked to some cool people, ran into some friends, but I was out way late. So no, I wasn't streaming. I was just up. Anyway, yeah.
If Steam is reliable and trying to grow in a good way, then why are other companies and consoles not trying to follow suit or at least compete in some way? But even then, many games are only available on certain consoles, which makes it more of a paywall or a no other option kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it. With consoles, they try and box players in. Nintendo's especially guilty of this, because they will go and they will take an old game they can just re-release on the console for, barely anything. And try and get you to buy it again for like $10. And it's like, listen, I'm sorry, if you have an old NES game, I'm not going to pay $10 to play this, right? $1 maybe, sure, but so Nintendo is notorious for not, other than their like online subscription, which again that like splits.
Sega is even more well known for remakes.
Yeah, like Sega does it right. You can get a bunch of Sega's library on Steam for $2 to $5 a game. You know what? That's fine. I'm good with that. But Nintendo tries to go and charge for remakes. And again, if I get a Sega game on Steam, like a classic Genesis game, great. Now I have it. I can run it on any computer that's powerful enough to play it. I'm good. But Nintendo wants to go and purposefully knock out the previous
TBH, I like
libraries.
the convenience of buying digital, but after talking to my friend at work and more discussion here, I've been moreover catering to buying digital.
It's, again, Steam, I'm fine with it because I can trust them. Consoles, other companies
Physical asterisk.
Other companies besides Steam, like, I don't know what Epic is at now, but I believe Epic and EA are both kind of like, I believe they reserve the right to withdraw a game whenever they want. Which at that point I'm like, no, I don't want to trust you guys. Like this bullshit. If you buy a game, whether it's physical or digital, you should own it. And Steam is doing it right. There are games that I got for my girlfriend. The studio went bust.
Sorry, I did the same thing when talking to him asterisk. I'd rather buy physical asterisk.
I got what you were saying. There are games I got for my girlfriend. The studio that made them went bankrupt. And even though you couldn't buy them on Steam anymore, if she logs into her account, she can still install them and play them because they're single-player games. And they're not going to go away because Steam is trying to do as much as they can to keep making it possible for customers to play the games that they've already bought. They treat it like an ownership, whereas everybody else tries to do the opposite. They treat it as a rental, as a use license, because when they do that, they can go and they can take it away and then make their clients buy it again when they want. And that I don't. No, I don't approve. So Steam is basically the only digital platform that I approve of, and I will emphatically say so. But everything else, no. It's other than that, it's all physical for me. Anyway, I'm gonna because Streamlabs is dumb. I need to end stream before I can change.
But exclusive consoles. Yeah,
especially with consoles. I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna fire up speedrunners, and I'm gonna load everything back in because Streamlabs is dumb and it does not excuse me, allow me to change focus on a game once per stream. So I guess this is going to be another brief break. I'm sorry that things been so wonky tonight. I'm still trying to nail down all the issues with Redout, but whatever. I'll still be here for a little bit longer. BRB.